And welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, to another episode of the Husky Bibles in remote session now, as is.
Oh, it was remote, alright.
Oh yeah, very remote. I like
Half
you in
hour
your
just to
little neck
kind
of the
of
woods, and I'm on my little neck of the woods.
half hour just to set this thing up.
So this is Ari and Jonathan. Jonathan's representing today.
Oh yeah, big time.
Well, because our boys had a good weekend. Let's just say it's been a good couple of days.
Well, it was good today too,
Yeah. And I already saw online the complaints of those new bats.
and they're in regulation. Can't complain.
I mean, it's not their fault that they found like a barrel that goes from the bat out of the stadium.
I mean, those bats are specifically made for that player. People on the Yankees team saw where the ball was, where they were swinging and hitting the ball, the bat hitting the ball. So within regulation, it's different for every player. And the Yankees are not forcing it on everyone. Like if you see Aaron Judge's bat, it's the same bat that he's been using. But like players that don't have that much pop are getting more the meat of the bat on the ball now due to them Yankees research team just being like, okay, this is where you're hitting it. If we make a bat like this in regulation for you, you probably hit the ball a little better this time, and it's
In other
working.
words, the good kid from Breaking Bad said science, and then the other word
Yeah, there you go, science. So you already
science.
see you see the closer of the Brewers already complaining. Oh, they're the Yankees. They're just gonna let them do what they want. It's
It's
in
not your.
regulation.
It's not the Yankees' fault that you are not up to par.
Well, I mean, it's the MLB's fault letting the Dodgers do what the Dodgers are doing. I mean, are you complaining about that? I
So
don't see you complaining about that.
yeah, so it's everybody's fault because the Dodgers are just winning.
Yeah, like come on,
No,
like
they win
everyone
because
can
they're
do it.
good.
If your team wants to do it, they can do it for you. But you have to hit the ball first.
Exactly. So sucks to be you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sucks to be you, and just take it like a man. Take it like a man. Like
Pretty
Stu
much.
Hart said back in the dungeon days, when people were training in the dungeon in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Wow.
Stu is Bret Hart's dad, and he was a wrestler, and he used to for shoot do wrestling moves on people, just like I want to stretch you.
What?
I want to stretch you. And be, ah! You hear people screaming in the basement. He just says, "Have some discipline." So I guess that's what we got to say to everybody. Have some discipline.
I mean, come
And
on now.
then your ex good old boy Juan Soto. I mean, he's shining by himself, but the team not so much.
No, not the first night.
But I hear people like, "Oh my god, look at it!" Like, dude, it's been a couple of games. Like, you realize we have a whole year.
I mean,
We got a whole year.
the people that are talking are the ones that are always talking. Like there was this one guy after he hit a home run. I think it was yesterday. He was like, "Oh, shut up, Yankee fans!" And then we put up a 20. He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna shut up myself."
Like, it's still at the beginning stage of the season. Nothing is written yet. I mean, it's good that some teams are doing good and the other ones not so. It's okay, but still, it's the beginning part of the season. Like, let's wait a few months and let's get a feel out of this. Like everybody, this is the beginning. Like everybody's just stretching out their legs, seeing, experimenting where they're going. I'm glad the Yankees are starting in hot. Just keep that momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go to the playoffs. Let's make it. Let's make the playoffs. Let's kill the playoffs, and then let's go to the World Series. And I would like to win the World Series. you know?
Well, I think they would too.
Yeah. So and let's do that. Like, but one thing at a time, like, don't just jump to conclusions like, oh, World Series bound. Like, dude, it's been a week. Calm down.
It's been
Calm
three
down.
games.
Exactly. It's been a week. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Like, we still got a year to go. Like, this is the only professional sport that basically has a season that it's a full year. It's almost a full year.
March
Almost.
to November.
It's
Yeah,
almost a full year. So,
162 games.
chill. We still got a long ways to go.
Got 158 games left.
So, yeah, chill. Like, it's good. I'm glad, but let's take it one game at a time, as it should be. So just don't jump to conclusions, because then if something bad happens, God forbid, in the future, you're gonna be looking out like, yeah, I was a total punk. I misspoke ahead of time. Uh, Speaking of misspeaking and also people that you love, uh, yeah, we're gonna go and visit your good old pal, Chick Magnet Punk,
Oh yeah.
which is the actual what the CM means, by the way, Chick
Oh my
Magnet.
goodness.
Well, he came up with the name when he was 18 or 19, so have some mercy on a 19-year
No,
old kid.
none, none.
Plus, he said it himself. I wasn't so like attached to the Chick Magnet name, but he already formed a tag team with his friend, and their tag team name was the Chick Magnets. So one guy was Chick Magnet Steel, I guess, and he was Chick Magnet Punk. So he just cut it abbreviated to the CM. And then after that, since he felt ashamed of the origins of the name, he just no, you just call it whatever you want. It could be Chicago made or whatever, but it's actually Chick Magnet. I mean, he had to admit it when he was in court, when he was suing his best friend.
No.
You know, Cole Cabana, when he had to go in court, he had to admit that in court that his the CM stands for Chick Magnet. And now he's like he owns up to it now, so he's like, okay, it's out there. I don't care. It's out there. Like, dude, you were a teenager. Like, we're dude. If that's the extent of you being ashamed of the stupid stuff you did as a kid, you have not lived. Because there are people that have done dumber
Nah,
things
I think
in their teens.
he's probably done worse.
You really love him. Anyway,
Oh,
going
tons,
back to him.
tons.
No. I already see it in your eyes. You're gonna get Gunther later, and you're just gonna chop a hole in his chest later in WWE
No,
2K24.
no, the baseball game is out, so I've been playing that a little bit more.
Yeah, but you're gonna plan. That's in the back of your head, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're just gonna chop a hole in his chest. You're gonna plant it like a forest in his chest.
Might be a little, little hurt.
Anyways, so CM Punk got his wish this weekend, meaning that he is going to be the main event in night one in WrestleMania versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
So he's
And
happy that he's in the handicap match.
not a handicap match because Seth and Roman are not compadres. They're not
Oh,
they're
so it's
not
a
friendlies to
triple
each other.
threat.
It's a triple threat. Yeah, but he's fighting they're all fighting each other. Like
Okay,
there's no
I thought they were teaming up. My bad.
no. Seth has no love for Roman and Roman has no love for Seth. But the thing is that both of them have no love for CM Punk either, and vice versa. So there's no love between all of them. So just get it over with and beat the living daylights out of them. So there's people online that are complaining that was like, wait a minute, didn't Jay Uso win the Royal Rumble? And why isn't he the main event? And then likewise, you ask, well, didn't Charlotte win the Royal Rumble for the women's title, and she's going to be facing Tiffany Stratton? And why aren't they the main event for night one? The way I see it, Jimmy has already been a main eventer in WrestleMania. He main evented like 2 years ago when him and his when the Usos were still tag team champions. They fought against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Hmm.
So they did a main event that was on night one, and so Jimmy already has a WWE WrestleMania main event. So that's already done. Uh, Charlotte has main evented WrestleMania. I don't know how many times already. She's main evented like a couple of times. So it sucks for Tiffany. It would have been her first time, but Charlotte is like been there, done that. Have the T-shirt. Like I've done it. So on those two ends, I don't see that much. Also, if you want to go to that route, CM Punk himself, when he won the title, he never main evented WrestleMania, being the champion. He was champion for like 2 years. He had like for over a year, he had the title, and he didn't main event WrestleMania as the champion. And you want to go to that route as well. There was a bunch of guys that won the Royal Rumble. Well, Punk didn't win the Royal Rumble. He was already a champion going into WrestleMania. But there was a bunch of guys that won the Royal Rumble that didn't go to the main event in WrestleMania. It's not written or set in stone that you have to main event WrestleMania if you win the title. There were some guys that won the Royal Rumble and they started WrestleMania. The championship match was the first match. Why? Because certain people had to go out. They're like, "Oh, I got stuff to do. I gotta go."
Hmm.
Looking at Rock Lesnar, he was like, "Yeah, I got to go. I got stuff to do, but we're paying you millions of dollars. Do I look like I care? This body got to go." So if we can start the match, but you're the world champion. I don't care.
Do you see what I
Who
got
am I going
waiting
to
at
face?
home for me?
Plus, I'm gonna do the job. I'm gonna take the L. So what do I care? I'm gonna make the guy look good. It's gonna be a brief match. It's gonna be less than 10 minutes. In and out. Up I go to my jet and gotta take care of business back home. That was that was the deal. But anyways, all that saying is that CM Punk is finally gonna add to his resume, his illustrious resume, I add, because the dude has accomplished a lot in his wrestling career. The one thing that he lacked was being a main eventer in WrestleMania. That was his childhood dream, by the way. He's always wanted to be a WrestleMania main eventer, and when he finally got it, I mean, this happened on SmackDown. There's videos of it online that Paul Heyman was the one that gave him the news. Like when he was signing the contract, Heyman told him, like, "I know what you're looking for in that contract, and it's there. You you're gonna get to main event WrestleMania. You're gonna be the main event. This match is gonna be the main event for night one." And CM Punk, honest to God, started crying because it was his dream. I know. This part is like, cry me a freaking river. I could care less. I could care less. But they used it for the storyline. What I'm saying is they use it because Seth Rollins immediately poo pooed over it,
Good.
say no, he doesn't deserve it. He's
I
not
might
gonna
use
desecrate.
I might use Seth today.
Huh?
I might use Seth today.
Seth immediately like wipe those tears out of your face. Like I don't care. It was like I don't give a you know what. Wipe those tears out of your face. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Like the main event in WrestleMania is sacred, and now you tarnish it, leaving this punk come in here and tarnish this thing. And CM Punk, to his credit, gave thanks to Roman. He said, "Thank you, my tribal chief. Thank you for this." But then he started, being CM Punk. He's like, "My big dog." Trying to and you should have seen the face Roman did when he mentioned Big Dog, because Roman was all smiles when it's all "Thank you, my tribal chief." Roman was like smiling ear to ear, like, "Yeah, You better kiss that ring. Exactly. Kiss that little ring. And then he was the big dog and Roman like, boy, you just trespassed an area we're not supposed to talk about. Like we all forgot about the big dog era. You know what the big dog era it was, right?
No, I only know Attitude Era.
That was the era where Vince McMahon was managing that portion of the career. He was force feeding Roman Reigns into everybody to the point that it was exhausting and it was bad, and people just flat out hated Roman Reigns. So the dude spoke, and everybody was like just booing him out of the building. It was so bad that even in the period with Cena, that people, the "Let's go Cena" chance, Cena sucks. When he was in that era, that people just hated Cena. Like, how can I miss you if you don't go away? In that era, people were actually chanting for Cena because they were like, "I'd rather have the devil I know
Yeah.
than this force-fed thing that I've been shoved down my throat." Because it was so obvious that Vince just wanted him to be the guy. And I never, if people want to listen to previous podcasts that I've done in the past, when and those things were happening, especially I think it was the projects that I did back then was called the Smart Nerd Podcast. That it was like a round table of us, just marks, talking about that, and none of us had any hatred towards Roman because we understood what was going on. All of us were like, "Look, the dude is talented. It's just that he's being force fed. So whatever, uh, on our end, personally, we have nothing against Roman. We wish him well, and we do think the guy has future. But he's being force fed to us by a narcissistic, crazy old man. You know who we're talking about? Our former benefactor.
Nah, he's still here.
Yeah, good old Minky Juice. Doing his Minky Juice things. And I mean, I was even hearing, since obviously Minky Juice is no longer the head in WWE. I guess now the dark cloud has been lifted off the heads of most wrestlers, and now they have a carte blanche to talk and speak about that era. And one of them has been Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens, he basically said, I mean, if he would have said this when Minky Juice was running around the show, for sure he would have been fired because he
Easy.
said that that era time where Minky Juice was running the show, he said that they were honestly insulting the fans' intelligence. He said it point blank, that era, he said, that is a dark era in my career because honestly, the creative team was insulting the fans' intelligence.
It wasn't a creative team. It was literally Vince.
Well, he was trying to be PC about it. He didn't want to mention because at the end of the day, Vinny was the one that gave him his job. You know,
Yeah, but
Binky just did
yeah,
give him his job.
Kid Juice is long gone, and if he wasn't as talented as he is, he wouldn't be there.
Exactly, and
Stone
also the
Cold
the
wouldn't be
position
giving his
where
move away.
what?
I said Stone Cold wouldn't be giving his move away.
No, Kevin Owens has secured his position. I would like to see, though, that in this current administration, Kevin Owens gets some love in terms of a championship and not mid card championship. I mean, he's already. If he gets another Intercontinental or United States Championship, I'm gonna be like, for real, again.
Well, how
give
you
him, give him the main belts. Give him the World Championship or give him the WWE Undisputed one.
and where do you see him fit with all the talent that's already trying to get it now?
I don't know, but the dude is good.
Yes, he's
Just
good.
give
We
him a
know that.
brief run. Just give him a brief run. That's all I'm saying.
if
Give him a
Roman wants to
placeholder
go away
run.
again, maybe they'll give it to him. But Roman just came back, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. Like I
Yeah,
said.
but um, in terms of Roman, I think his days are numbered. I
Mm,
think that's my personal guess.
I mean, I don't
It's
watch
a
wrestling
guess.
right now, but the guy making that much money, I mean, he's already doing what? A few shows there and there. He's not really doing wrestling every
No,
single
but
day. So his body's kind of rested as much as it can. So I don't really see him going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, how old is the dude?
he's in his mid 30s, I think,
Yeah,
mid to
so
late 30s.
he's not going anywhere unless
Yeah, but
he
the
gets
thing
sick
is
again.
that Hollywood be calling Roman now,
Mm, I don't know
and
if
it's
he's. I don't
a
think he's going to be
cozier
calling
job
them that
because you
good.
don't have to do your own stunts like in wrestling. You don't have to do your own stunts.
Unless he does a lot of bodyguard movies. I mean, where do you see him really doing anything?
You do remember that he has a cousin,
Yeah, of
a
course,
very famous one,
yes, but
who owns a production company.
yeah, but still, like you knew The Rock could do many things from the get go. I mean, you can just tell as The Rock evolved from Rocky Maivia, Nation of Domination days,
When
and then he
he first
became the
started out
main
as Flex
event.
Cabana,
Huh?
remember that?
Oh
He
well,
first started out as Flex Cabana.
you went that far. I didn't go back that far. I started Rocky Maivia days and
Flex
Nation of
Cabana.
Domination.
We will never forget Flex
Okay,
Cabana.
so he did all that, and as you saw him get more comfortable, you can see him doing other things. Like even Stone Cold, yes, Hollywood called, but Stone Cold wasn't. He made what 2, 3
No,
movies, and they never called again.
I mean Hollywood used him for
Even
like a hot
Cena
minute.
sucks as an actor. I'm sorry.
I mean, the only one that he did that was like, it was the Expendables, and then after that, it was like, you know,
Yeah, so it's like I just don't see Roman expanding like The Rock did. Like, yeah, Hollywood could call him and make a couple movies, and then they can let Owens do his thing, and then he's gonna come back.
well, that's
Like,
what I mean. Like, for example, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that give him a long title reign like Cody is in right now, or like Roman did. I'm just saying, like, when people get hurt, when your main guys get hurt, which is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. When those guys get hurt, then give the belt to KO to run with it for a minute while these guys get healed, and then he can drop it to any one of them. I mean, Kevin has lost and won so many times that it's not out of the scope of possibilities that he can drop the belt just about the right guy. And Kevin, the thing is, this is a personal thing about me. I just want the guy to have a title in the Triple H era so that I can see how Triple H uses him, because when he won the Universal title back when Mink Juice was running the show, it was basically another title placeholder, but it was so badly done because he was the Universal Champion, and at the same time, he felt like he was the side character of the story. Whereas with Triple H, I want to see Triple H use him like, yeah, he's going to be a placeholder, a champion, but give him something to work with, have the spotlight be on him. And I'm not saying that the guy is probably not getting paid well. He probably is getting very well paid. And he's probably now in a creative sense more relaxed, more in a better place creatively than he was back when Minky Juice was running the place. But I just want Kevin Owens to to do better because the guy deserves it. That guy cannot do any wrong. He's a great wrestler. He can do babyface or heel in an instant. He's perfect on either role. So, and he's a company guy. He does whatever the company tells him. He puts anybody over. He put Austin over. I mean, he made Austin look like $1 million. And Austin, he was retired for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
He made Austin look
No,
like a
I
million
mean,
bucks.
give him his shot. Like, I'm not going against not giving it to him, but you said Roman's leaving. I just don't see. That's what I was going off of. I just don't see Roman leaving like you think he's gonna
No,
leave.
again, I said that's my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact.
No, no. In my opinion, is that I don't. I mean, yes, if Roman goes a whole year making a movie, or 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, go make a movie. Because if Roman's in the arena, we all know the title is always going to be somewhere near him.
I mean, the Roman story is not done yet.
Exactly.
The Roman story is not done yet
So,
because now we got like a tweener Roman now because we had a heel Roman as the tribal chief. Now we have like a tweener Roman, which he's not necessarily a bad guy or a good guy. He's just like in between.
mhm.
Like you don't know where he's at. Because what made him a good guy was that he just united with Cody to take down Solo, which you're like, nah, well, that's a whole nother story. I'm not going to go into that tangent because we're just going to take a minute for that. But the thing is that Roman now is in another space, and uh, in terms of this match specifically, I think Roman is the one who's going to go over. CM Punk doesn't need a win because CM Punk is already in a position because I believe this is the fact that they gave CM Punk the main event this year tells me that his wrestling career, is close to the end now. Because although in his promos he's talking about being a champion again and all that stuff, the reality that he is almost this year he's going to be 47. So he's not a young pup. In AEW, his wheels fell off every once in a blue moon. In 1 year, in AEW, he was out for almost half of it the year because of all those lingering injuries that he got. And he's not a spring chicken anymore. He's not a kid, and he knows it. And I guess also last year they wanted to give him a name. I believe the plan was to give him the second main event with Seth for night one, because they were already building with Seth and him. But since he got hurt, it didn't happen. And now this year that he's, all parties are available now, they added Roman in there because I don't know. I guess the plan that they had now with the Cena thing, Cena turning heel thing, now that went with Cody, and this decision tells me that probably CM Punk stays as an active wrestler are getting short. How short? I don't know. Maybe we'll see another year out of him. I don't know. But I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if by this time next year he'll be like hanging the boots. It wouldn't surprise me because he's been very public about stating that he doesn't want to linger in his career. He doesn't want to be the old guy in the locker room, and he's already secured his position in NXT. He's already gotten familiar with all the guys in NXT, all the guys and girls,
Mhm.
and the company is behind him. That they see him that he could be a guy that can be used as a trainer. He has a lot of knowledge to impart, a lot of experience to show, and he kind of likes that role. So he can easily transition back to going into NXT and helping out with everybody there with the development and working with Sean. I mean, so far everybody's been saying that so far since his return has been like a new guy. He's not the same guy as he was 10 years ago. But and then again, he didn't have to go against a couple of guys there. What happened in AEW. And so what I'm saying is that the guy, for your sake, you won't be seeing him much on TV. I think that's my estimation. I could be wrong, but that's my guess because if they're already giving him this main event, it's just like here's your wish list. We got you this, so that way you feel satisfied. You got that out of you. It could be that maybe next year he will go after a title, or maybe this year, but he's getting his WrestleMania main event wish, so he's getting that out of the way. So that's one fulfillment. But what I found interesting is that because the favor that he's been owed because he helped the bloodline, the OG bloodline, in the War Games match, and everybody thought that this was the favor that he was owed, that he wanted his WrestleMania main event. So he signed the contract, and Triple H. So he was telling everybody like, "Thank you for this, but this is not the favor." And he left it like a cliffhanger. He said, "This
Oh,
is not the favor." Dropped the mic and left. So he was like, "Oh, so the plot thickens on this day. We still got an extra layer on this one." So, I mean, I don't know what Triple H is cooking in that kitchen, but it smells good.
that main event might be the first match I watch in years.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, Punk don't need to win that one because if he already got that favor in the bag, there's something cooking. And it still stirs to me the original idea about him being the third guy. Because if they're still lingering with this favor thing, it's because they could be potentially building up to that. And Punk can. I'm sorry. Best Punk for me is heel Punk. Heel Punk is the best Punk.
That's the only Punk I know. So
Well, for you, he's a heel. But when he goes real hard on the heel thing, man, that dude is epic. It is epic. Like one of the best promos he did when he was in Ring of Honor, and when he finally won the championship, because his story in Ring of Honor was that he always was close but no cigar. Always close, but he could never get it done. And the night when he finally got it done, when he finally won, I mean, the confetti was showering in the ring. Everybody was so happy. The fans were crying because he was like a true indie darling, and Ring of Honor was an independent was the independent wrestling company in the states back then. And immediately after winning the title, he starts giving a promo. He's talking about an old man that found an old snake that was beaten, and the old man took care of the snake and fed it and restored his health. So the snake bit him and poisoned him. And as the man was dying, I was like, why you did this to me? I treated you well. I nurtured you back to health. And the snake was, you stupid old man. I'm a snake. That's what he said. And by saying that, I was like, and I'm the snake. I just fooled all of you. He twisted it right there. He chose the best moment that the people were like after him and cheering him on. It was like, and you people are the old man. I just fooled all of you. I used you to get what I wanted. And now you just gave it to me. It was such a genius stroke because at that moment he took advantage and announced, and by the way, I just signed with WWE and I'm going to take the title with me.
see,
So it was like, it was perfect heel behavior, because he knows how to draw heat out of people. Like, I mean, when Vince McMahon asked him the first time to turn heel in WWE, so he's like, "So can you do heel?" Because he was very popular when he started in his first run in WWE, and CM Punk was like, "So obviously you have not seen my stuff from the past." Like, no, I don't see anything outside of WWE. So like, I can do heel, like I can do heel. Like, oh, so show me. Like, oh, I will, I will. Don't worry about that. I will. I'll draw you heat. Like, but what level of heat you want though? Well, what do you mean? Do you want Roddy Piper heat? that's, that's nuclear. Like, if you want to know what Roddy Piper heat is, like, dude was shot and stabbed. That's that's heat. That's heat, and that's his idol. By the way, that's his idol. I mean, he even did a little reference, a little homage to Roddy Piper when they signed the contract. He said, "I came here to chew bubblegum and sign contracts," and then he spit out his bubblegum and said, "And I'm just all out of bubblegum."
Okay.
That's a famous line from the Roddy Piper movie, "They Live." Have you seen that movie?
No.
But that line has been around the line. He went to his character goes to a bank wearing sunglasses because he's trying to sniff out who are the aliens and who are humans. And he goes out and he has a shotgun in his hand. He says, "I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum." So he starts proceeding to shoot out all the aliens because so that's where Punk got that line from. So WrestleMania seems to be set. Speaking of Kevin Owens that we mentioned before, he's going to be facing Randy Orton.
Like,
That's gonna be interesting. And Jimmy is gonna be facing Gunther. I don't know. I guess it's gonna be an opener.
what happened?
It's gonna have to be an opener now because I mean,
Oh, Gunther's match.
dude, they took all the main events. That's it. There's no main event. So what are you gonna do? Like before the last one? Like that's the curtain jerker one. That's the bathroom break.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I'm not insulting them. I'm just asking when will they go? Will they go first? Like some wrestlers that are like, okay, I'd rather go first. Why? Because people remember what was the first match. People tend to remember because usually in a pay per view, especially like a WrestleMania, people remember what was first, what was last. The rest in the middle, you're like, it's interchangeable. But you remember what started it and what ended it. That's basically it. So people rather go with the first one. So
Do you remember?
I remember a couple of first matches. Like for example, I remember AJ Styles and Bryan Danielson versus or Daniel Bryan actually versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That was one WrestleMania I remember.
What was the main
Another
event?
first match: Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, which we kind of mentioned earlier. You know, the one where he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta split."
I got Sable waiting for me at home. Hurry up.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, yeah. I got wife and cattle waiting for me in Vancouver. It's like I got a ranch to attend. Like, dude, you're a billionaire. Like, you're a millionaire, and you got a match to do. It's like those cows don't understand that. So I got to go home. Those cows over there in Vancouver, they don't understand that, and those moose don't understand that. So got to go moose hunting.
So, I mean, all in all, I'll probably be watching that one match. It'll be my first time. Probably like,
The CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins,
yeah,
just to see how your good buddy CM Punk gets mauled.
maybe I want to see Roman Reigns fight. I don't know. I never seen him wrestle.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he's the one that eats the L. Punk is. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise you.
No, because the winner
Mhm.
obviously got to be it has to be Roman,
Why?
bigger star, the biggest of the three. He's the biggest of the three.
Yeah, but but
Seth,
he's the
look,
one that can afford the L.
nah, Punk can afford it all day long. It doesn't affect his quota whatsoever, and it doesn't affect Seth either, because all three guys already they're already set. Their careers are set. A win or a loss doesn't matter, but Roman is in a path now, like you mentioned before. You were the one that mentioned before that you want him to come back the championship levels, right?
Well,
You were the
no,
one that was mentioning that he should be in the championship conversation, right?
who Roman?
Yeah, Roman.
Roman's always going to be in the championship
No,
conversation because he's
if
like your
he if
biggest star.
exactly my point exactly.
But
So
that's what I'm saying. So Roman can afford the L because no matter what, his story is always going to continue, and the belt is always
yeah,
going to
but
be around him.
if you want to set that up, you got to make him look good, and the only way you can make him look good is adding W's. Right now, he this year he's only had one W, and that was when he fought as solo for the Ulafala as a head of the table or the tribal chief. And he's back to being the tribal chief again. So now he needs to add another W to that card. So it's either going to be Seth or it's either going to be Punk that's going to eat that that L, or he's going to do it exactly like he did to Edge and Daniel Bryan a couple of years ago. Smash them and stack them. He beats both of them and puts one on top of the other and pins both of them at the same time.
But it's a triple threat, right?
Yeah, but
So it's
exactly, it
only
was a
one
triple threat.
pinfall. So two of them are going to eat the L no matter what.
Yeah, but he did that in WrestleMania to prove a point. He did it like he did it that exaggeratedly, like putting Edge and Daniel Bryan on top of one on top of another and pinning both at the same time just to prove a point. He did it like, no, I'm so good that I took these two guys out at the same time. So I guess if they want to do a repeat of that, they can do so. So I honestly see only Roman going over. I don't see Seth going over, and I don't see Punk going over. I don't see any of those two going over.
Well, who knows what the hell is going on in Triple H's head?
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm. This is me talking out of my behind.
Now, is the first night bigger than the second night?
No, usually the second night is where, like, I mean, even Punk said it that the actual main event is the second night because that's the last
Yeah.
match.
And who's
But
that?
it's
And what's that match?
that's going to be Cena versus Cody.
Hmm.
That's going to be Cena versus Cody for the championship. And you know, shenanigans is going to unroll. I honestly don't know what's going to happen on that one. I mean, I can see it go either way. I could see it going either way. Not because I just can see it going either way because
Yeah, but
if
I
you
don't
have
think.
Cena winning, you're just gonna have like the worst heel, adding salt to injury with Cena being the heel and also now being the champion.
Yeah, man. I don't think Cody's losing that one.
I don't know. Like what I told you a couple of months ago. What I like about this era is the unpredictability. It's unpredictable now because before I can look at the product, see the card, and I was like, oh, this guy's winning, this guy's winning, this guy's winning, and it's gonna happen like this is this, and I could just like, it was like I saw a video of of the card before it happened because it was gonna be exactly that because Mink Juice was predictable as the day is long. Like if the sun shines and water's wet and fire burns, will Mink Juice will book their show a certain way, and we're already used to that booking style of Minky Juice. Whereas Triple H, he's like, yeah, we're gonna fake you out here. You think this is gonna happen, but no, I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna flip the script, and now it's gonna be like this way, and it's gonna be totally something that you're not expecting. And I'm all for it. I like it. I like not knowing. That means that my little smarky behind is not going to be aware of what's happening, and I like to be surprised every once in a while in a wrestling environment because I've been uh, acclimated for 30 plus or 20 plus years of just knowing exactly what's going to happen before it happens because I'm so used to the bore fest that was the Minky Juice booking of WWE that you just simply knew, and that's why I even stopped watching. It was like, why am I watching this? Because I just know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. And one thing I like about what this era is happening, like so far, Cody and Cena has had two face to face. They've looked at each other in the face twice, and Cena has not said a word. That is very important. Why? If you recall, back in like our let me see if I remember, it was either 2017 or 2018 when Cena had a match with Roman. Cena, and this is Roman before he learned how to talk on a mic. Because Roman now he's pretty good in the mic because he's now him. He's himself. But back then he was still being the big dog, trying to be this cartoon character that Vince McMahon created. Yeah, I mentioned the name. And Cena ate him alive. And this is the guy this Vince McMahon was trying to build. But since Vince has this crazy mentality, it's like, no, I want you two to destroy each other in the ring. And he doesn't give it, that's his bullet points. He's like, he expects you to figure it out. Cena is already a shark. He already knows how to swim those waters. And Cena is a murderer in the mic. Like he can obliterate you and destroy you in 2 seconds flat in the microphone. He can dehumanize you. And that's exactly what he did to Roman. He dehumanized him. He was like, here, go ahead, talk. Like, go ahead, talk. Say something. You're gonna be like your cousin? You need notes?
Wow.
Yeah, like and on public like that. So it was like, dude, you talk to the mic, you talk to them. Come on, get it out, get it out. It's like, okay, kid, this is promo 101. Speaking to him like that in front of everybody. And the way Cena justifies it is like, if you're aiming for my spot, you better be ready for it. It's like, no, dude, that's bullying. Like, this is supposed to be a collaboration between you guys. Like, you're supposed to, but you just lower him because even Ric Flair, who was Ric Flair, the cockiest guy on God's green earth, he would even from time to time put the guy over and say, you have a lot of talent. You're very good in the ring, but you're not Ric Flair. He would say stuff because if you're a scrub and you're wrestling me, and I tell everybody that you're a scrub, then what is this guy doing in the ring with me if he's a scrub?
Yeah.
Right? So, like, no, you have to give him something. Give the guy something. Say, like, yeah, you're good. You're very good. You got some stuff in you, but I'm better than you. That's what you got to do. But Cena back in the day, man, it was like, no, it's me and then me. And he ate Roman alive, but that trick don't work no more. Like when they try to go that route again, the second time, but now with the tribal chief was ready. Tribal chief was ready. Tribal chief was like, nah, boy, no, you don't get to do your little song and dance no more, son. He's like, no. This ain't the same guy. You ain't messing with the same guy. The leashes is off of me now. I don't got those constraints anymore. So, man, this has been a heavy one with wrestling.
Well, we did the baseball at the beginning, so I mean, WrestleMania is coming up. It's March 1st today. So I mean,
30th.
30th. So tomorrow's the 31st. I mean, WrestleMania is right around the corner.
Yeah. And also, Marvel just released the call sheet of everybody's going to be in. Well,
my goodness.
Marvel. Yeah, released the call sheet of everybody's going to be on Doomsday. It's like pretty much
everybody.
If they acted in a Marvel movie,
they're there,
past or present, they're going to be in it. They're there. Like literally, like Patrick Stewart. I was like, didn't he die like 5 times already? Like, haven't they killed Professor X like 5 times already?
He's back.
We're like, okay, 5th time's the charm, I guess. And they bring Ian McKellen back as Magneto. They're bringing Kelsey Grammer back as Beast. They even bringing James Marsden as Cyclops.
Yeah, that's the multi-universe stuff that they're doing. So
yeah, so
they should bring back Phoenix.
And then I saw that RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., in his social media was like, I think we just covered about everybody. What do you think, Marvel? And Marvel said there's always room for more. So, oh lordy lord, and they already started filming. So the production already started on on Doomsday. So,
What's actually the budget on that movie?
oh, it's a country's budget. It's a country's budget. Like, but we need to figure the form. Hey, do you want a Marvel movie or not? You want an Avengers movie or not?
Do you think these guys are taking a cut, like a little pay cut, to just do it all?
They're like, hey man, Rolex don't buy themselves. You know what I'm saying? Rolls Royce don't buy themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Who needs that when you can have someone drive you?
Like those Bentleys, they don't give themselves to you, man. No, those Bentleys and those J's. Oh Lord, especially those numbers J's. Oh Lord Jesus, those number J's.
Why
Oh,
does
they got
the
the numbers on it. They say, oh
why does
Lord
the
Jesus,
pastor have to have a nice house?
those J ones. Whoo, 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 whoo. They ain't cheap. And don't crease them. Don't crease them.
I don't know nothing about those shoes. I wear New Balance.
Hey, I got a couple of J's, but they ain't numbered. They ain't numbered.
They don't
It's
fit.
like a guy he commented, it was like, if you can't afford numbered J's, don't be trying to buy them. Like, dude, all I can afford is non-numbered J's. I'm not trying to pretend I'm rich. Like, I can't aim that high. Like, I'm sorry. Like, whoever can buy those shoes, God bless you. God bless them. Who can buy those shoes, God bless. I'm not hating on anybody that buys J's, numbered J's. But if I can't afford them, I can't buy them. I got stuff to pay for. I got priorities. You know what I'm saying? Like, no
Yeah,
hate on having J's. There's no problem. If you got them, go ahead buy them. If you got the money, go ahead buy it. God bless. I have nothing, no hate on that end. But if you got bills to pay that are more pertinent than buying some J's, like the J's can wait. You know, they keep on making them. They still make them. Like I check. Let me check. Yeah, they still make them. They still make them. They still make them. So don't worry about that. You want to see them.
can't even spell Jordan. I go when I spell Jordan, my phone automatically goes to Reebok. I mean, New Balance. You only could afford these, okay? You can't afford nothing else.
Like, I want to buy some J's. Yeah, we're going to Burlington's. We're going to Burlington's. Burlington's. Yeah, that's all I can afford, son. What can I tell you? Hey, we laugh, but there was like a moment last year that in Burlington they were selling J's.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, but like they were like 17, size 17. I was like, I was like, you think shops here, Shaq?
Shaq is like a size 22, 23, I
I
think.
know, but man, what do you think? His kids are shopping here? Wow. Like, I dare find somebody that is a size 17.
Bro, I wouldn't even care. I'll still wear them. At least I can't crease them. Stuff some papers in there, some socks to make it nicely tight and fit, man.
I'm just trying to process the image. Oh, you walking around with size 17 J's. Oh my God. And these were the Barcelona ones.
I don't even know what that means, man.
Those were the Jordan 9s, the white, red and blue. They're nice. My brother had had the Jordan 9s, but the Chicago Bulls colors.
Do they still sell the shoes with the pumps? Can I get a pair of those?
Ask John Cena.
I'm not asking that man nothing. I can't see him.
He removed the ball spot. He removed the ball spot.
Can't see him. How can I ask him?
Well, apparently everybody can see him now
Now
after
that
turning heel. I mean, that was the heel turn of the century.
go out with a bang. Why not?
I mean, God bless you.
Go out on something no one would have thought about. You do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, WWE is hitting all cylinders, and God bless them for it. Speaking, I mean, since we're already in the WWE subject, if Soraya, formerly known as Paige, just parted ways with AEW, and she did say that she is willing to return to WWE.
Come on, girl, come back home.
That's a given. That's a
Well,
given.
just come
And
back home.
also, Penta's brother Ray Phoenix is going to officially debut next week in SmackDown.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that like the worst kept secret in wrestling is about to happen now. Like when Penta was when Ray Phoenix was expressing his frustrations with AEW, everybody's like, "Yeah, he going WWE." Yeah, that's expected. And like now showing up, like when in my chat group was like, "Oh my God, Ray Phoenix!" And I'm like, are you guys really surprised? Like, this, I was expecting this like I was expecting the sun to shine in the morning. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It could be cloudy, but guess what? It still look bright outside. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So it happened. I'm like, it happened. What you want me to do? It happened. So yeah, WWE kicking all cylinders, doing the Lord's work. Uh, I guess we covered everything. I mean, we haven't touched any much of NXT news because I think that NXT is becoming not suitable, not suitable to talk about in work environments because they have been hiring a certain type lately.
What do you mean?
Well, how do I put this delicately? All of them are females,
And who
and they seem to be blessed in a certain area.
and who's running NXT?
Oh, that would be Shawn Michaels.
And what did the early '90s Shawn Michaels do?
Oh, he loved a certain part.
Uh,
He loved the ladies. That boy loved the ladies, and apparently, within the confines of being now a booker and also hiring a new talent, and also not cheating on his wife, it seems that not much has changed in that department. He liked the ladies,
there you
and
go.
and I think we noticed that he likes a certain type,
There you go.
a certain type,
I mean, they all got
and
skills. You said that
if
NXT has the best women roster of
I
talent.
mean, when I said every time I mention that, I mean that as in wrestling terms, not
Yeah.
how they
Yes.
look.
Yes. I'm saying so. Obviously, the women that he's hiring, yes, they're great looking, they're good looking, but they also have talent.
Yes, they're also great wrestlers, and I've been on record saying that they're actually better than the main roster girls.
So there you go.
Some of them,
So
not all of them.
he's doing
Some of them
something
are
right.
wet behind the ears. There's some of them are still wet behind the ears. They're still green, but there are a lot of girls that are well seasoned wrestlers that have been around the world wrestling and have a lot of experience wrestling. So they're very good. And I'm on the record as saying that I would take those girls as top tier wrestlers over some of the girls that are already in the main roster. Some, not all of them. But NXT right now, Lord Jesus, like I see some reels sometimes online matches on NXT. I'm really like, have you seen this reel? There's two girls that are tag teaming, and one of them is just like hanging over the ropes, and you see a guy in the back just staring at a certain part of a female anatomy because
Uh,
the lady is inclined, so you get the visual right there. And then the other one that's doing tag with next to her slaps that backside, and the dude that is doing the watching in the background, when he sees that slap, he goes like, "Oh God!" He faints. The boy just faints. I'm like, Lord Jesus, take me now.
I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna have to find it. And then they interview the girl that got the
Mm-hmm.
smack, And when they were telling her about it, have you seen the video? What video? When they described the video, she starts laughing, and you're like, I actually have. You don't know how many times I've gotten that on my DMs.
Oh my god.
you know, you and all of the. He said, by the way, all of them are friends, not strangers. Friends, friends send me that, and every time I'm just gonna have to answer to that because everybody just, what can I say? I can't control what a fan does.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, Chef John HBK has been cooking hot tamales down there in NXT.
Yeah.
And WWE is just killing it right now. They're killing it. They're killing it. They're $1 billion industry now. Billions of dollars now coming in, and this tour in Europe has just been killing. Like you see, if you see the sets, how they make them in these European shows, they had to build the tiny sets. Like they were like they have to build them like they were house shows because they want the arenas as packed as possible.
Mm.
So they're not doing the giant jumbo screens in the back. They're just doing a little interest ramp and that's it. Because they want to take advantage of the full arena. Because WWE is not like they go Europe every once in a while. It
Yeah.
takes it takes a full year for them to return to Europe every once in a while. So it's not like a weekly event. Not like here in the states. Like WWE is passing by, they're going to Jersey. Like okay, they do that. But being that is in May, WWE is cooking in all cylinders, and we're expecting that Avengers movie. The Yankees keep winning.
You just keep winning.
Lord willing,
Anyone
that keeps on going.
anyone that's
What?
listening to this, if you haven't watched Reacher on Prime, go and
Oh yeah,
do
they're
it.
in the third season.
Yeah, the third season just wrapped up this Thursday. My goodness. Did
Okay,
you
so
see a fight between the two big guys in that movie? It's like
you should
forget about
see.
it.
Like, speaking of big guys, because you know that the actor Alan Richmond,
Yeah,
he's being in talks to be Batman and the new DC
yeah, I heard.
universe. Uh, and they're comparing him to Absolute Batman, the new comic book, because this Batman is like with his armor, he's 7 feet tall, which Alan Richmond is like 6'4" in real life. So he's a
Big
big
dude.
dude. He's a big dude, and that's kind of the size of Bruce Wayne in the comic books because Bruce Wayne in the Absolute Batman in comics, he's 6'6", and he's jacked up the gills. And they finally revealed what Absolute Bane looks like. Absolute Bane, like if you think like okay, this Absolute Batman already looks like Bane in the normal DC universe. It is that big. That's how Jack
Is it?
Batman looks. Absolute
Yeah,
Batman looks. He already looks like the Bane from the normal universe. But when you see the Absolute Bane in the Absolute universe, you're like, Batman is literally looking at his belly button because the dude is like up there, and to say that he is jacked, Jack doesn't do justice of what that dude is. This dude has muscles on top of 20 other muscles. So
crazy.
like he is just a mountain of definitions of muscles. And when I saw that, yeah, Batman did. Yeah, he did. He did. He did.
Did you see? Have you seen Reacher?
I only saw season one. I haven't seen season
No,
two or
but
three yet.
have you seen like any glimpse of three?
Yeah, I've seen
You see that
the
big
commercials.
dude?
Yeah, I saw that it was like a giant dude.
Yeah, the fight between them. Well, we all know it. Come on, it's season three. Um, but anyway, they have a fight scene.
Is that dude like 6'8" or 6'9"?
He's when what's his name was looking at him. He's like at his belly button almost, maybe a little bit, a little taller, but he's right there.
Dang.
And this dude, they did a great job on their scene. So
I just might. I just might get a little sneak peek then.
Well, if you just want to see, if you don't want to watch the show and you just want to watch their scene, it's the last episode.
Okay. Just let me know which episode, and
Yeah,
I'll watch
it's
that one.
episode 8.
Okay.
It's the
No
last one.
context
No,
behind whooping.
yeah, it's a great scene. Like I think, me personally, think it's a great scene. Like it was like prime rock in Austin kind of thing, you know?
Ooh. So that was
How they just go
a
back and
behind whooping.
yeah, it was I thought it was done good. I mean, it's just me, but you've seen a lot more action movies and seen all these other
Yeah,
movies,
I've seen
so
a lot of Scott Adkins
yeah,
movies,
so
which the choreography is sick.
so you probably would have looked at me and be like, "It's all right."
No, I mean I'll watch. I've seen some Donnie Yen, some Scott Adkins, some Michael J. White, where they're doing some crazy flips.
Well, you got
Uh,
two powerhouses, so you're
oh
gonna
no,
see.
I mean it's a different beast when you got two
Yeah,
horses beating the bejesus out of each other. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll catch that. I like seeing a good fight scene. I like it. Anyway, so we're gonna be ended here. Remember our T Public store? There's always like a 30%
I
off
just got the
somewhere.
text. I just got the text an hour before we started.
Oh, see, dude, don't let me lie. You don't let me.
It's 35%, bro.
There you go. So the link is always in the description. You just find whatever you like from there. The designs, buy something because that goes to us. A little bit of it, anyway, goes to us. And also our website, huskybyboopod.com, our social media, Husky by Boo Media, and also our personal social medias, Johnny Boy 426, and mine is that Ariel Duran on Instagram. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Instagram,
don't look
yeah. No
anywhere
X,
else.
no Facebook, none of that stuff. Anyways, thank you for watching and listening to the Husky by Boos. Hopefully, we'll get to do this next week.
Hopefully, peace out, everybody. Have a good week.
Take care.